guys, welcome back to Fabulously Creative Joanne's Farm. Glad to see everyone. Well, this is part 2 of the first video, how to sterilize your canning jars. Now we're going to look at how to do strawberry preserve. I thank Miss Hart from Homestead Heart and all of her videos, how encouraging she is to me. I watch her often. She's been a blessing to me. And so, you know, I learned from her on how to do this canning. So I'm going to share it with you as well. So the first thing you're going to need is 6 pounds of strawberries. Ooh, don't they look delicious? 6 pounds of strawberries. You're going to need canning jars. Probably the 8-ounce ones. Probably need maybe 12 8-ounce glasses, which we sterilize. I showed you how to sterilize them in the last video. You need 6 cups of sugar. Okay, 6 cups of sugar. And you're going to need some lemon juice. Okay, you don't have to put any pectin in this recipe because we're going to be using Granny Smith apples, which has a lot of pectin in it already. So that's all you need to do this. So I've already washed my strawberries, and so what I'm going to do is take my little paring knife and I'm going to cut off the green portion of it, just the top part of the head off, and then I'm going to split them in quarters if they're big enough. These look so yummy, and then I'm going to put them in the pot, and that's what I'm going to do for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 6 pounds of strawberries, and all the tops, because see, I have chickens too. I have 15 chickens, I believe. So I will be giving all the extra tops and stuff to my chickens to munch on when I'm done. So nothing goes wasted. Alright, I will see you guys shortly once I get all 6 pounds. They've already been washed, like I said, but once I get all 6 pounds cored and cut. Thank you, I'll see you in a few.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back. I cored and cut up all the tomatoes. I took my 2 Granny Smith apples and tried to core them. My core wasn't working, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way and just take the knife and cut it up. And so I have everything in this pan right here, as you can see. The Granny Smith apples, strawberries. Now we're going to add the 6 cups of sugar in it as well. Pour it all in. And then we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. No, you cannot use fresh lemon juice, as Mrs. Hart would say. You have to use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice that comes out of the juice bucket. So here's 1. And there's 2. Okay. So now we're going to stir it. Now there's a couple of things that you can do. You can actually get a mashed potato squisher. That's all I can think of right now. And you can squish your strawberries doing it that way. If you don't have another way to mush them up. But I do have a Vitamix blender, my best friend. Second to best friend, let's put it that way. So I'm going to be blending all my stuff together right now, and then I'm going to put it in my Vitamix and chop it up, and then we'll see how that goes. And it's going to be great. It smells good. Already it smells wonderful. It really smells great. So we just keep going, stirring. I like to mix it all up before I put it in a blender. So remember, we're not using any pectin because we're using the Granny Smith apples, and that will cause you, it has enough pectin in itself. I mean, it's already getting mushy. Looks great. Smells good. Really good. Just keep stirring it. Get everything all involved in it. All the apples, lemon juice all in there. Smells good. Can't wait to taste it in the middle of winter when I'm ready for some of that. Okay, so I'm going to put this in my blender. I'm just going to scoop it. I don't know, you guys can't see very much. Let's see what we can do here. I don't know if that's going to help a little bit. There you go. So we're just going to take it. As you can see, it's already mixed. Hopefully you have enough light to see. Drop it all in there. And I'm new at the farm. We haven't lived here a year yet. Farm needs a lot of work, but I do intend on doing a lot of it myself if I can, wherever I can, between myself and my children. And I would love to get more animals. Like I said, I have a rabbit, and so far I have 15 chickens, which are exciting. We get fresh eggs every day. I love my eggs in the morning. And with all of this stuff going on with COVID and things of that nature, it's good that you have another source of food products. You never know what the grocery store is going. When this thing broke out in March, people were trying to kill each other over some bread and toilet paper. Who would imagine? Okay, well, bear with me 1 second, and I'm going to blend this right up, and then we'll do the second round of blending. Bear with me. Put the top on. Lower down a little. Have my little machine to push it down. Little gadget. I don't know if you can see my Vitamix. See? It's my Vitamix machine. And just chalk it up. Alright. That looks pretty good. Alright. Oh, still got a few more things. Thank you. My little assistant is going to help me. Okay, that looks delicious. Alright, bear with me just a second while I pour this out. And then I'm going to get more. Alright, let's pour this back. Be back in 2 weeks, as they would say. Any chance that there's not enough room in that mixer to mix everything together at one time. Okay. Let's see where we're at right now. Let's say you could turn it this way. Alright, so that's fine. We're pouring in the preservative. Everything's all mixed in there. Okay. And now what we're going to do is put the rest of it in there. Scooping it all up. It's already juicy. Ooh, the aroma is wonderful. This is my first time canning. I've done a lot of research. But I'm going to tell you how it is. So if you're trying it, if you've ever desired to try it, make sure you try it. Don't be intimidated. My mom used to can when I was a little girl, but the only thing I remember her canning is applesauce. Cinnamon applesauce at that. And I thought that was wonderful. But, so yeah, please try to can. Save your food, catch things on sale, and do what you need to do. Just pouring the balance in here. Okay, now we're going to blend this up some more. Put the top on it, my Vitamix. And make sure I push this stuff all the way down because I really want to make sure it gets blended well. It doesn't have to be, I like a little chunk because I do want to taste some strawberries to go on my toast in the morning. So we're just going to give it a little whirl. Turn that down a little bit. Nice and slow. Just so we can get it all chunked up inside. Just remember, before you do any type of canning, you've got to sterilize your jars because you don't want to get botany or some type of disease or something, and because botany will kill you. And that's the whole purpose, is not to have you killed, is to have you eat well. So during troubled times, you can eat well, catch something on sale, a good price on sale. You're doing really good. Okay, that looks pretty good now. I think I've got a handle on this. Good. Okay. Put this in the sink to be washed. Open up the lid. And let's go over and pour it into our pan. Look how chunky this one is. Ooh, that looks good. Don't want it to splatter on the camera. Looks great. Make sure we don't leave any strawberries behind. No man left behind. That's including strawberries. Make sure it's all out. Okay. And you can rinse it. I really thought that canning was really going to be hard, but it's not hard at all. Wash my hands so they don't be so sticky. And we are going to go to the stove so we can prepare our jam. Okay, as you can see, down on here we have, this is hot because we sterilized our jars this morning, so it is still hot, steam's still coming out, and that is sitting there. Our tops to our lids are here, so they're here for right now. That's pretty heavy. Now the thing with the jelly is that you have to stir it, so we'll turn ours on. Okay. I think that eye will do. If not, we can move it to the center eye as well. That cooks even faster. Okay. We don't want to cook too fast. So I'm going to get the spoon. Okay, so what you want to do now is bring this jam mix. Let's see if we can get a picture of what it looks like inside. There you go. See, it's chunky. Ooh, looks delicious. All this is going to get soft and mushy, more mushy. You won't get those big chunks of apples once it cooks down. So, the thing is, we have to make sure that and I know I got bright sunshine. Woo-hoo. Okay, so it's important that you stir. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to stir for 20 minutes. 20 minutes you're going to stir. So while that is trying to come to a boil, let's put the top on it so we can help it come to a boil a lot quicker. I believe the top is here. And let it come to the boil, and when it comes to the boil, then we'll turn it down, and that's when we'll start our timer, so that you will know what time. We've got a little timer. We're still renovating our house. We're still renovating our kitchen. We've got a while to go, but you know, step by step, it's all gonna be good. So, as soon as it comes to a boil, we'll put the timer on for 10 minutes, and then, we will slow it down. We will turn from boil to simmer. We're going to stir it for 20 minutes. That's what I'll put the timer on for, 20 minutes. And we're going to stir it constantly and easy. Make sure that nothing sticks to the bottom of the pan, and we'll be good. And then I'll show you the next phase. Okay, see you in a few once it starts boiling. Thanks.
2,000 years later.
Hey, welcome back. All right, well, time has passed, and as you can see, look how good that looks. Ooh, it smells wonderful. So we let it cook for the 20 to 25 minutes, and then we turned the eye off. We stirred it for the whole entire time. Please do not stir. If you don't stir and you scorch it, you're going to ruin the whole thing. You're going to be in trouble. So I would say that you need to, after 20 minutes or 25 minutes of letting it cook and you're stirring it, turn off the eye, put the top on it, let it sit and steep for 5 minutes till you're ready. In the meanwhile, while that was going, we turned the bottles back on, made sure that they were nice and warm, and they are about ready. I'm going to bring 2 bottles over, and we're going to start to put the strawberry preserves inside of the bottles. Now you want to leave 1/4 of an inch on the top. That's important, so that when you put your top on and then you water bath canning it, which is what we're doing. We're not doing pressure treated. We're doing not pressure treated. I'm thinking of wood. So we're actually cooking it through the water. So I'm going to go get the can. Make sure you have this little gizmo. This is the greatest little gizmo. You can bring your cans right out of there and bring them to where you're going. So I'm going to go get that now. I'll be right back, unless Alyssa wants to follow me. She can. Ooh, make sure you always open it away from you. You don't want to get scalded or burned in here, that's for sure. So once you have it, you just pour it and empty the water out of it that's there. And it's very hot. Bring it to where you're going. Let's get 2. I think we can start off with 2 easily enough. That's what we're going to get. So, you know, it's full of water, so you just want to turn it to pour out the water and squeeze tight so you don't get burnt. Keep the top back on it, and let's go over. Okay, this is warm product, so you want to make sure that your glasses are warm as well. So we'll take the lid, open it up, it's steaming, still steaming. You take your ladle, move this over a little bit, get a scoop. Now, what you want to do is use this cup. I love this cup. It's for wide mouths or for regular mouths, and it's got measuring marks on it, which you can see here, which tells you. Can you see? Yes, there you go. So you can see what you're doing. So you just put it on, and you take your ladle, and you fill it up. Remember, you're only supposed to leave it to 1/4 in height. You can pour it right in. And on here it tells you what 1/4 would be. So 1/4 is up to the 2nd line. I'm almost there, just a little bit more here. And that's good. Now, to the next one. Take your time because this is very hot. You don't want to get burned. Pour it in. You can see it's already thickening up and we haven't even let it cook fully. Pour in. Oh, just a little bit more. And that's it. Then you take your top off. Back up just a little bit, Lissa, and bend down so they can see. Okay. Put it on my tray. Now, there's a gizmo that has a magnet on it. If you remember, I warmed the lids as well. Follow me. Turn this eye off. And these lids. Remember, you come with me. You do not want to boil these lids because that could mess up the rubber on the lid top. So there's a little magnet. Isn't that cute? Little magnet. And then you put it right on top of your lid, on your jar. So you get one. Put it up on top. Oh, I'm messing up already. And I'm doing the same thing that Mrs. Hart did. And I should have learned from her mistakes. So, this is a debubbler. You're going to need this tool to debubbler. This also has the ridges on it, which says a quarter, half, 3/3, or a whole inch. And you can measure up what's what on here. Or use the end to debubbler. So, let's come down, you can see. A quarter of an inch would be there. So, you want a debubbler. So, you want to get all the bubbles out so that make sure it's a little stir that you hit it right, and then you do this one. Make sure that you hit it right. Actually, you can put a little bit more in there. So take your little thing again, put it back on top, because what it happens is it causes it to settle down to the bottom when you stir it. There you go. And let's see, we'll move this one over here. Very good. Put that back on my spoon stand. Move that. Okay, debubbler again. Make sure you get all the heavy fruit and whatever's in there down. Okay. So now what you want to do is put the tops back on, which I already pulled them out of the other hot thing. But before I do that, I'm still learning, guys. Still learning. So you want to take a paper towel like this, and you want to open it up, get an end on it, and you want to dip it in vinegar, white vinegar, just a little bit. Okay? And what you want to do is clean around the top of your jar. You don't want anything on your jar, any preserves, anything that would be around there and cause you not to seal good. So you wipe both our jars. I'll make sure you got it good so nothing is on it. You want a nice seal so it stays long time. Then you put your lids on, right on the top, right on the top, and then you put these little rings on, and you're putting your, ooh, hot, hot, hot. Put your rings on, and you don't have, you just slightly tighten them, okay? Slightly tighten them, and then you take your apparatus or your jar catcher and come back over to the stove and put this back in. And while we're at it, I'll grab another one. Pour it out. Bring it over. And this one, and replace it. And grab another one. Oh, it's hot in there. Try and get one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's hot. They don't want to come out. They're so little. But they're going to have to come out today because they're putting jam in them today. Alright, so you pour out your water. These are all sterile. I'm going to put this over here. I think I'm going to get a couple more so I can get done. Because they're still hot. You can move pretty quick. This away, here. Grab another one. Without this utensil that I'm using, you really can get scald very badly. Alright, let's put this over here. Now I have 4 of them. Okay. Our little cup. Put it on. And let's begin. Oh, smells so good. Alright, pour it in. Can't wait to taste it. Oh, my goodness. And just a smidget more. Okay, that's good. Move on to the next one. Now I have 12 of these. You can use 10 to 12 depending on the size and how you want to do it. A little bit more. Perfect. Go to the next one. You know, you never know exactly how many you're going to fill. You can kind of assume how many. You really don't know. It's based on, you know, I had 6 pounds to start with, but by the time I cleaned them and anything that didn't look appropriate, got rid of that. So you might say, did that come from your farm? No, it did not. Not this year. Next year it will. We planted strawberries this year. And I think we'll get a good supply next year. So let's do the next one. Oh, it's got nice big chunks of strawberries in here. Oh, it's going to be so good. Keep going. Oops. I just made it. Got a hair on my skinny chin chin. Alright. So you want to debubble. I've got my debubber here. Debubble first. Stir it around, debubble. Stir this around and debubble. Stir this around. So all the chunks on the bottom. Debubble. Stir this around and debubble. Looks great. Now we'll take our napkin, tissue, dip it back in the vinegar. Wipe off the tops of the jars, all around the jars. Hot, hot, hot. Jar. Oh. Go this way. Top of the jar, all around the jar. Top of the jar. Ouch, it is hot. Top of the jar, all around. Let's get a fresh napkin. Open it up. Make sure it's good and clean, because if it's not, you won't get that suction that you're looking for. You won't get that top, that middle top lid to pop down the way you want to preserve your food. Okay, it's all bubbled. Use my little magnet right on top. Come on, baby. Come on out. There you go. Right on top. Sometimes they like to stick together. Come on. Come on out. There you go. Got right on top of there. And right on top of there. Put that down. Take your ring. Just tighten it. You don't have to squish it really hard. You're not twisting too hard. Just lightly put it on. Just tighten it. Hand tighten. Okay, now we're back to taking our, doesn't that look great? Isn't that beautiful? Let's go put it in the water bath so we can get ready to take a bath and cook up some good stuff for us. Okay. Good. And let's take out a few more, which I should have took out a couple if I had less in here. It's a learning experience, let me tell you. Come on, babes. Put it out. Okay. Nice and hot. You can, I guess you can, if you were doing dry goods, you would not be using the water bath technique to can your items. There's 3 more. Let's put this one in. And after these 3, I think we have 3 more after that. Okay, let's go back and get started. I hit the camera. Sorry. Okay, let's get this going. Perfect. Perfect. So the next one. Perfect. That could have had a little bit more. There you go. The next one. Start it up with it. I think we got more than the 12 cups, 12 jars I have. I think I have more than enough for 12. Let's see. I actually want to do blueberry, apricot, and we're going to do pineapple. I got something special for pineapple. My daughter is excited. She's like, I can't wait to do pineapple, Mommy. But it should be good. That could get a little bit more, a little low. little bit more. That's good. And this one could use more too. Let's see. Okay. That looks great. Okay. Strawberry off. Get our paper towel. White vinegar. Clean the top off. On the sides, make sure we get a good seal. Hot, hot, hot. Clean the jelly off. Different people do different things. Some people use water or whatever. But all the research that I saw, the best is the white vinegar. Uh-oh. I think Carol forgot to debubble. Yes, I did. Oh, now I know what Mrs. Hart is saying. It's so hard to remember that I'm going to need a sign myself that says, put a sign up, debubble. Sure you debubble. Because if you don't debubble, it's going to cause a problem. And you don't want that. You want a nice, tight seal. So we're going to have to just go around it again, just to make sure that we didn't spill anything on it. Looks good to me. And my chicken's outside making a bunch of noise. I'm sure they're fighting over the strawberry tops that I gave them today. Okay. Looks good. Little magnet. Got the top. Oh, Carol. Do a different one. There you go. Oh, they don't want to cooperate with me. They're not as warm. I'm going to heat them up a little bit. No, hurry up. It's done. Okay. Move on. Move on. And as this cooks for the 15 minutes, all we do is cook it for 15 minutes and it's ready. So you'll see that on the top of these are over here that. So these are not sealed. Once they cook for the 15 minutes, these will be down flat and ready for you to set out. And I would let it sit for 24 hours, at least until tomorrow morning, and then you can come in and they're ready to put on your shelf, on your canning shelf. Gonna get these out. I'm so excited. I've always wanted to try this, but I felt so intimidated by it. But I'm not letting nothing stop me, and that's the attitude you gotta have. Anything you want to do in life, you can do it. Even if you don't know how to do it, there is information everywhere on the internet, wherever you need to go to find out how to do it. Don't let that stop you. Don't let anything stop you from achieving whatever it is your goal. You want to know about real estate. You want to know about farming. You want to know about how to create something. It's out there for you. If you seek, the Bible says, if you seek, you shall find. Knock, and the door shall be open unto you. So, that's all you got to do. Seek, knock, and you'll find. Well, everything you need to know, you will find. Okay, let's see. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to finish up this, the last three, see if I can get how far I get, and then I'll get back to you and let you know where we are. Take it easy.